and Tibet. This is one topic that is very big today. This conflict between Tibet and China has dated back since the beginning of the 17th century. Many people are protesting to free Tibet, but I wonder how many of these protesters actually know where Tibet is.
Tibet on this map? No. No.
Right around here.
No. No.
No?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry, here.
No.
I'm a gardener, I'm a writer, I'm an insider. It doesn't matter where Tibet is to me, it matters what's going on there. What matters is that people understand that California is the most powerful state in the world.
What's that got to do with the torch?
By the way, Tibet is over here, bordering Nepal, which is here, Bhutan, here, and all of India. Since we have established where Tibet is, we can now move on to the issues. Since establishing Tibet's borders in the beginning of the 17th century, Tibet has been living in a very free lifestyle with a rich culture, very poor yet peaceful surroundings, friendly monks, as well as a bunch of juvenile monkeys. China has always thought that Tibet was established within the borders of China, meaning that it is part of China. Therefore, they sent commissioners in 1724 to run Tibet, but the Tibetans opposed and started to rebel. China, since 1724, has been invading, claiming, fighting, and disturbing Tibet, and Tibet does not like any of this. In 1949, the liberation of Tibet took place, and the Liberating Army of China walked in Tibet. In 1951, Tibet was forced to sign a treaty with China. This treaty was called the 17-Point Agreement. This gave Tibet their political and cultural autonomy. Now in the early 50s, Tibet got along with China, but slowly China ignored its promises and seized control of Tibet. On one side, China invaded Tibet to stop Tibetan serfs who lived in extreme poverty in Tibet. They were trying to help, as well as making Tibet fall into communism. Now China also wants Tibet for a different reason. First of all, Tibet is a quarter of the landmass of China. It has the river of Asia's waters, including one of the Earth's largest uranium deposits, a high lumber account, and not to mention, central and western Tibet has high mineral resources. Now isn't that some food for thought? China's invasion into Tibet had many negative results. There were over 1.2 million deaths of Tibetans, and Tibet lost over 6,000 Tibetan monasteries and cultural centers. Bad that even the Dalai Lama left. Thousands of others followed. They crossed the Himalayas and tried to get into India. Dalai Lama has been traveling the globe looking for people who will help them liberate Tibet from China.
I believe, you see, every human being have the potential to develop compassion.
From then on, China has maintained control by force. Anyone who is questioning or not following the rules was shot. Although, when China started to relax its control in 1980, that's when the Tibetans and monks and ethnic groups rebounded, as well as demanding for their cultural and political rights. But the Tibetans never gave up hope. From 1987 to 1989, Chinese troops opened fire on Tibetan demonstrators. The Dalai Lama has recently adopted a middle way approach, asking China for autonomy of Tibet while still staying under Chinese government. Now this would be the ultimate answer. No one has agreed in China to the Dalai Lama's new approach, although people in Chinese government are now starting to go some towards the middle way and some not.
In support of their stand, they have always brought forward among our people two very important points. One, they say that the middle way approach is the ultimate wish of His Holiness the Dalai Lama himself. That His Holiness Dalai Lama's ultimate wish, that it is his original wish that he is for the middle way approach. The solution to the Tibetan problem is the middle way approach. I contest that very strongly. I have done that. I will do it in the future till my death, or till Tibet becomes completely independent and free.
Tibet finally found one opportunity to make themselves be seen. This was during the 2008 Beijing Summer Olympics. Tibetans started very violent riots and attacked government offices and assaulted Han Chinese. They also were clever and disrupted the progress of the Olympic torch relay. Still to this day, the 14th Dalai Lama is trying to resolve all of the problems between China and Tibet. I think that the middle way should be adopted. China thinks that they are doing things right, but they aren't in Tibet's views. China needs to think of what Tibet wants. So make a stand and help free Tibet.